Hey, you, YouTube. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Welcome back, everybody, to my second part of my Blu Ray collection. I've bought a few Blu Rays in the last few months since I did my last Blu Ray collection. I'm going to do one where I just basically film me pulling out some of the Blu Rays and so on. You've seen a couple of videos like that on YouTube, so let's get started, shall we? Oh, and at the end of this, I'm going to be showing you some DVDs. Because some movies, I ain't buying them on Blu Ray, but I'll tell you why. Okay, so this is my whole Blu Ray collection. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about each one, just, for time purposes, but let's take a look. First up, 310 to Yuma. 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, I know. It comes off as stupid at times, but I like it. 42. I like this one. It's not the greatest movie ever made, but I think it's really good. Chadwick Boseman and Harrison Ford are excellent in this movie. Adjustment Bureau. Really underrated. One of Matt Damon's best. Alfred Hitchcock Essentials. I actually have not seen any of these, except for maybe part of Rear Window when I was younger, but I definitely want to check this out. Thanks to Chris Stuckman. I probably just destroyed my credibility there, but, whatever. Apollo 13. Argo. Ben Affleck definitely knows what he's doing with this one, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Avengers. Really fun, and unfortunately it gets a lot of hate these days, but I don't get that. I love this movie. Back to the Future. I love the first one. I do like the second one. It has its problems, but I do like it. And the third one I think is a lot better. The first one's still the best, but I really love Back to the Future. The Big Lebowski. The Blind Side. The Bourne trilogy. I was not a big fan of Bourne Legacy. As far as these three, I've only seen Bourne Identity, but I definitely want to see the other two because I really like Bourne Identity. Again, I probably just destroyed my credibility, but please bear with me. Braveheart. Breakfast Club. That scene where she says that when you grow up your heart dies, that hits me somewhere. Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, a lot of people were underwhelmed by this movie. I liked it. The second one's a lot better, but I still enjoy this movie for what they were going for. Captain America, Winter Soldier. My feelings towards this have become more positive after watching it at least like one or two more times. Really love this movie. I can't wait for the third one. Captain Phillips. Casablanca. Cinderella Man. Not too many people know about this one. It's kind of underrated. Now, if anyone who knows me, I'm a big fan of Tobey Maguire. This, I think, is one of his best performances, Cider House Rules, along with Michael Caine. This is what got Tobey Maguire the role of Spider-Man. This came out in 1999. If you haven't seen this, please check it out. It's really good. The Clint Eastwood Collection. My favorite is Gran Torino, and I also like Letters from Iwo Jima and Mystic River. I know I'm just going to destroy my credibility again, but some of the others I haven't seen. $1 Million Baby, I don't know if I can watch that again now, because that really... Yeah, I can't really describe it. The Dark Knight trilogy. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Okay, Batman Begins. Love Batman Begins. Dark Knight speaks for itself. And you know what? I love Dark Knight Rises. So many people have issues with it, and so many people think it's terrible. First of all, I think they're exaggerating. But is it as good as Dark Knight? No. I mean, I think I'm going to do a video on it at some point. But I love Rises. For what it's worth, I love it. Don John. Django Unchained. Possibly my favorite Tarantino movie. Again, not something popular to say, but, End of Watch. These two guys are awesome together. And Jake Gyllenhaal is actually really good. I'm not usually a big fan of his, but he was really good in this one. E.T. And, I've met people who don't like E.T., which I don't see how that's possible. It's extremely loud and incredibly close. This one was okay. Not great, but I enjoyed parts of it. The Fighter. Christian Bale knocked it out of the park, but in my opinion, Mark Wahlberg shouldn't be overlooked. Gangs of New York, G.I. Jane, Gimme Shelter, featuring the Rolling Stones in their 1969 American tour. I'm a big Rolling Stones fan, so I obviously had to have this. Gladiator. Finally got to see it in recent months, and I get why people love it, because it's pretty awesome. Goodfellas. Good Will Hunting. My favorite Robin Williams film, may he rest in peace. Gravity. Not going to be as good watching it again like it was in the theater, but this movie was quite a ride. And I got the first two Hangover movies. I'm not a big fan of the third one. I do like the first one. I kind of like the second one, but they should have stopped at one. Harry Potter. I got the first 6 right here, and I got the last 2 right here. I love Harry Potter. One of my... I can't really say much, it hasn't been said already. I got the 2 Hobbits right here. I liked Unexpected Journey quite a bit, and Desolation of Smaug I thought was pretty good. I'm not as excited for the 3rd Hobbit that's coming up as I know I probably should be. But you know what, I'm still going to check it out, and I like these 2 movies. Not as good as Lord of the Rings, but you know what, I do appreciate what Peter Jackson's doing. Home Alone 1 and 2, the only ones worth owning. I don't like the 3rd one that much, and I haven't even bothered to see the 4th one. Catching Fire. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to let my crush get in the way. This is an awesome movie, and J-Law knocks it out of the park. Inception. In my opinion, Christopher Nolan's best film. The first Iron Man. Love this movie, and this has been quite a road that Marvel's been on for the last few years. And I'm going to cause a bit of a controversy here. I own Iron Man 2. Yeah, I know. Not the best ever, and it's not that good either. But I do enjoy parts of it. And add more fuel to the fire. I like Iron Man 3. Is it great? No. Is it good? I think so. Has its problems, and spoiler alert, the Mandarin twist is kind of a mixed bag for me. But I think it was a much better send-off for the character. The humor kind of got a little too much at times, but I still really enjoy it. Jaws. Speaks for itself. Jumanji. The Jurassic Park trilogy. I love the first one. The second one's good, not as great, but I still like it. The third one is what it is. Night and Day. Yeah, it's kind of a stupid movie, but I think it's alright. Another Stones Blu Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones from 1972. The Lego Movie. Lone Survivor. Not the best war film ever made, but probably one of the best portrayals of combat I've ever seen, and I've never served in combat. But since I'm in the service, this really hit home with me. Looper. One of the most original sci-fi flicks I've ever seen, and I wish this gotten more attention because not too many people remember this one. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, the theatrical cuts, I don't really have a desire to watch the extended cuts. No offense to the fans, but I don't. The Matrix. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of The Matrix, but I do like it, in a sense. The first Men in Black. And the third Men in Black. I do not own the second one. The second one was ridiculous. Mission Impossible 4. That scene in Dubai. Woo. Mud. Matthew McConaughey. He's come a long way. I can't wait to see what he does in Interstellar. Oz the Great and Powerful. I like this movie. The Patriot. Perks of Being a Wallflower. The Prestige. I only got maybe a good hour into this movie, but from what I saw, really good, and hopefully I can watch the whole thing later on because this was pretty impressive. Pulp Fiction. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Really surprising, and I really like Dawn of the Apes. Can't wait to buy that. Crossfire Hurricane of the Rolling Stones once again. The Sandlot 20th Anniversary Edition. Saving Private Ryan. Probably the best war film I've ever seen, and yeah, not much else I can say. Seabiscuit. One of Tobey Maguire's best performances, and this proved that he can do more than just be a comic book character. Really love this movie. Seven. Shawshank Redemption. Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2. I hope they make a third one, because that ending, not to spoil anything for the second one, but that left me wanting more. Silver Linings Playbook. Again, J-Law. You know me. And Bradley Cooper, he really proves that he can act in this one. And thank God Robert De Niro was in a good movie again. Now, I'm not the biggest James Bond fan on the planet, but I do really like Skyfall. And dare I say it, this is probably my favorite James Bond movie. And again, I'm going to destroy credibility here. I still have not seen Casino Royale. Please don't kill me. I will see it. Some Girls. Again, another Rolling Stones Blu Ray. Spider-Man 1 and 2. Some of my favorite comic book movies of all time, and some of my favorite movies of all time. I do like the third one, but not enough to own it. At Star Trek Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 09, and Star Trek Into Darkness. Not the biggest Star Trek fan, but thanks to J.J. Abrams, he got me into it. Hopefully I could see some of the other originals, because I definitely want to check them out. Superman the movie. Christopher Reeve will always be Superman. Super 8. Taken 1. I don't see why they're bothering with Taken 3. Terminator 1 and 2. Not much else to say about them. Thor, the first one. I was not a big fan of the second one, but I do like this one. It's got some problems, but I enjoy it. Titanic. Yeah, I know. You're probably wondering, why did you have that? I love it. The Town. Probably my favorite movie that Ben Affleck directed. And starred in. Unstoppable. We Bought a Zoo. Really tugs at the heartstrings at the end. Or at least towards the end. Wolf of Wall Street. Jonah Hill and Leonardo DiCaprio are awesome together. The World's End. One of the best movies of last year. And finally, all the X-Men movies. All the good X-Men movies so far. I will buy Days of Future Past when it comes out on Blu Ray. Like the first one. Really like the second one. And I actually really like First Class a lot more now. And I really do enjoy Wolverine. The other ones, well, you know. But I will buy Days of Future Past on Blu Ray soon. Oh, crap! I almost forgot! No, completely forgot. 2 more Blu-rays that I didn't put in there. American Hustle and Great Gatsby. Again, controversial here. A lot of people hate this movie. So many people. I see comments all over YouTube and Facebook say it's overrated. I loved it, okay? I don't get why people hate this movie. I had a blast watching it. It's a lot of fun. Great Gatsby? Not the best movie ever. Has some problems. Baz Luhrmann, kind of a weird filmmaker, I guess. I don't know. Leonardo DiCaprio is perfect as Gatsby, and Tobey Maguire is also perfect as Nick Carraway. Their interplay between each other is really good, and I think it really stays true to the book in a lot of ways. So, if you're interested in seeing this, if you're a fan of the book, check it out. Alright, now that all that's out of the way, what I'm about to show you last is some DVDs that I own. I have the Indiana Jones trilogy on DVD. I like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade being my favorite. I mean, you can't really say much else about Indiana Jones. I also have the 4th Indiana Jones movie, Crystal Skull. A lot of people hate this movie. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it's fine. I enjoy it for what it is. It's not as good as the original 3. Has some problems, but I still think in a lot of ways it maintains the classic quality of the trilogy. I also want to apologize for the glare that comes off of these DVD covers because I'm trying to get the best lighting possible and I don't have a great camera system. I'm just relying on my iPhone right now, but I will try to get a better camera system in the future. Up next, Band of Brothers. Probably my favorite on-screen portrayal of war ever aside from Saving Private Ryan. Not too many people know about this from what I can tell. Maybe they do, but this I think really should get a lot more credit than it gets. If you have not seen Band of Brothers, you are doing a disservice to yourself. Please go check it out. And finally, the reason why I own these DVDs and not the movies on Blu Ray is because I don't want to sit through those changes. Even though some of these do have changes, these are the closest ones to theatrical cuts I can find. The 2004 release of the original Star Wars movies. I love Star Wars. I'm not a big fan of the prequels, but I will say I can't wait for Star Wars 7. I know a lot of people are not excited for it. They're thinking that J.J. Abrams is going to ruin it. I'm looking forward to Star Wars 7. I do have my doubts though, but I love the original Star Wars trilogy. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. They're awesome. Not much else I can say. Well, I guess that wraps that up then. Thank you guys for watching my video, and tell me what you think of my collection down below, and till next time.